I am a Roman soldier under prefect Pontius Pilate. I was there in Gethsemane, part of the guards dispatched to capture the enemy. I was there when Peter pulled out a sword and cut off a servant's ear, and while I tied Christ's hands together, he beckoned the servant to come near and he healed him. I was there when they brought him before the high priest, where they mocked his claim to be the King of Kings. I was there when Pilate shouted at the Sanhedrin standing beside me, "Is this the King of the Jews?" And Jesus said so solemnly, "I am whatever you choose." And to my disbelief, I heard the crowd scream, "Let Barabbas go free." I was there when Pilate gave in to the people's pressure and sentenced him to kill the Son of Man. I was even the one holding the bowl when Pilate washed his hands. And I was on my way out when I heard Peter shout, "I do not know this Christ." And by the time the rooster crowed twice, I delivered notice to the official that Judas had taken his own life. I was there when they dragged him out to the streets, took a fistful of his beard and ripped it from his cheeks. I was the one who twisted the crown of thorns and slammed it on his head, while my whole garrison fell to their knees, mockingly yelling, "All hail the King of Kings," while I knelt there trying to mask my growing belief. I was there when he dragged that cross through the city and up the hill, falling to the ground in the place that he would be killed. I was there with a hammer in my hand and a nail on his, feeling the full weight of my sin every time I pulled back for another hit. It was then I looked into the only part of his body, not bruised or broken or covered in blood. I looked into his eyes and he looked into mine, and I knew that is no ordinary man. I was there when they lifted that cross and dropped it into the dirt. I heard his bones dislocate and my heart began to hurt. I crucified my king, and tears rolled down my cheeks into the bloody red dirt beneath my feet. And later that day, I heard him scream, "It is finished," and he gave his last breath. And the earth quaked, and his mother wept, and the veil was torn, and sun was set, and the darkness reigned, but he was dead. And I knew he had to be just an ordinary man. So for 3 days I stood in front of that tomb as if the dead could be living, as if the deceiver could be risen. But on that third day, everything changed. The ground began to growl, and the stone began to roll, and the tomb was empty. And now I know that is no ordinary man.